Hi, this is Michael Jackson from michaeljackson.com. I want to tell you a little story. I saw a patient last night, and he was doing some boxing conditioning in addition to working with me on some corrective stuff. And he told me they put him on a treadmill, and he was running, but because he's been working with me, he became more aware of how he was running. All he knows, it didn't feel right, and he wasn't sure how to correct it. So what he described was he was running on the treadmill, and his body was way in front of him, and his butt was sticking out like this. You may or not seen people run like that before. So he was asking me, is there a way that he can correct that or improve that? So when we run or when we walk, we generally can't correct it just like that. I mean, we could try, but walking is pretty much an unconscious event. We just pretty much do it, okay? So, but what I told him to do, and the quickest way without getting too technical and without training him, retraining him on how to do it, was to focus on his breath. Every time he went into a stance phase or landed on his leg, I told him to exhale. And he inhales whenever the other leg swings. So basically every time he stands on one leg or lands on one leg, he does a quick exhalation. Now, I told him that because generally when we walk or when we run, not just our lungs and our diaphragm, every single part of our body has a specific position involved with our respiration. Meaning every part of our body, every cell, you could say, is part of respiration. So with the joints and the musculoskeletal system specifically, there is a specific position for them to be in when we exhale and when we inhale. And that's magnified whenever we walk. So whenever we land on our leg and go into stance phase, that's exhalation. And then when the other leg swings across, that's inhalation, okay? Problems are when, with what he described, the way he was running with his body, his trunk leaning forward and his butt sticking out. Basically, that's a classic form when you're inhaling when you really need to exhale. So when our leg goes through swing phase, that's a force generation movement. When our foot lands into stance phase and goes throughout stance phase, that's a force absorption movement. So he was basically going through force generation, not going through any force absorption. So he didn't have any specific pain or issues like that, but over time and with increased intensity and loads, things could start to wear and tear really fast. So this is just a quick video, a little story I wanted to share with you to pay attention to when we do walk or when we do run. The quickest way to make something that's relatively unconscious, such as walking or running, to improve it at least, or to at least give more room for your body to self-correct, is to exhale whenever you land your leg on the ground, okay? And then you do a quick inhale between that time from one leg to the other leg landing. So just remember, exhale, exhale every time you land on the ground. All right, try it out. And until the next time, michaeljackson.com. Have a great day.